my biggest hopes for how we're gonna avoid tanking the planet is banks. And this is not because banks have secretly become environmental organizations. Nay, this is because banks are famously analytical and pragmatic. It's kind of their thing. Let's for example say that a bank is considering loaning 200 million euros to a salmon farming company. When considering whether or not they want to give that loan, they need to make sure that their money is not going down the drain. They would like the loan repayments with interest so that they can make more money. Because what happens if climate change causes more drought? Well, this fish farming company is highly dependent on soy. Soy, famously not a big fan of drought. Because if there is less soy, that soy will become more expensive, aka it will be a lot more expensive for the salmon company to actually purchase their feed. So if the company in question has not thought through this and have mitigation efforts and adaptation measures, the bank is probably quite critical. Because it has gone from being a climate problem to a loan repayments problem. Banks don't like that. Scenarios like this one is the reason why banks are now asking things like, do you measure your emissions and what are they? Have you identified your climate-related risks? What are your climate change adaptation and mitigation measures? And do you have a transition plan? And this is simply because... So if you're in the camp of thinking that ESG is dead, the banks didn't get the memo, because this is just going to continue to become more and more important. We are talking about this and many other things in our upcoming podcast episode. Oh yes, we have a podcast now. You can listen to We Explain by YouSustain anywhere you find your podcasts, as long as that place is Spotify, because it is only on Spotify so far. So